Hey guys, Joshua Peterson here, Peterson Electric. It is December 2021. I'm going to do a video here for my SEO guy that's going to be on a wood shop. It's not technically a guy who does it as a living, but definitely more as a hobby. But I'll explain just kind of quick the circuitry and parts and tools I needed. So if you're trying to think about doing it yourself, this might help change your mind from trying to do it. As this gentleman did. He follows me on YouTube. So those who are joining us, thanks for joining us. Sorry I haven't done a lot of videos this year in 2021. It's been interesting just for us as a company and a family. We are family owned and operated. And yeah, after 22 years, we finally had to move house and our garage is just too small. So we still live in Loveland, Colorado, just about 9 minutes away from our other house that we decided to rent. But yeah, we had to get into like a huge bigger garage. It's not gigantic, but it's good enough for now for the next 5-10 years. So we've been dealing with that, as well as just COVID kicked back up again. And I needed to just download my phone and literally delete 1,350 pictures over people's jobs for the year. Plus I had about 6 videos I did keep, which you'll have to check those out. They're probably already getting downloaded, but one was on static electricity and I don't know, just various other things. Oh, garage. I did a detached garage and a custom home. And also just, I'm starting to get into just your own typical manual switch with a auxiliary switch for transformer, or transforming your power just on a generator. So I'll talk more about that through the next one I do on that. But this is a garage shop. I'm gonna try to make this quick now that I'm already 2 minutes into the video. This gentleman wanted a space heater. So I got him a space heater to 7,500 watt. Okay. Key thing about those space heaters, you need a remote unless you want to climb up there. Okay. And then we have a 100 amp panel because of that 75 watt heater pulling 32 amps. Put in a surge protective device. GFI outlet below. He wanted a welder or an EV car plug, which EV is usually 4-wire, but it's got a neutral in there. 7,500 watt heater, and then garage has 2 separate plugs and GFI protection for this as well. Because interesting enough, if it's hardwired in a garage, you do not have to GFI 240 volt, but you do if it's a plug-in. So we're starting to deal with that. This is basically, the reason why I ran MC cable, believe it or not, steel conduit is up 300%. So we MC cabled across, and I'll go ahead and terminate. Came over and down. This is where he wanted the plugs. And he said that's fine based on his shop. As you can see, bedroom above. There's no way to get up there. He didn't want to cut all the drywall because he wants to paint it. He didn't mind painting MC cable. Came down over here, we chose what it looked like there. And then on the other side, here's their panel. House is about 15 years old. And we decided to do a piece of 1-inch Carflex and sealed it. 100 amp breaker inside of that square D home line. It doesn't have a lot of space, only has one more breaker outside there. So if he's gonna tap a basement, usually a small basement at 50 amps, 3 or 4-wire with the ground is good enough. So yeah, that's how it kind of turned out. It's just a day project for myself. I wish someone was here helping me do the video and the work, but my daughter couldn't be with me today. She's got other jobs. So yeah, if you're thinking about trying to do this yourself, yeah, well, I brought out number 2 SER, some 6 and 8 gauge copper, and then I've got a 12.2, 12.3, and 12.4 MC cable. That alone should make you determine not to do it because that's a lot of money in that wire, guys. And by the way, all of you that are just joining us, interesting that wood has gone up. That's great. And it went back down. Wonderful. Hardly anybody seems to be talking about PVC, EMT, steel conduit, resin, plastic, even flex. This stuff has gone up astronomical for everybody. So you other electricians out there, buy as much as you can. I'm more worried now about not being able to get materials. So that's one reason we moved and bought a lot. I spent a lot of my savings on wire back in January this last year. So I am stocked up, but needless to say, once it sells, I've got to rebuy it, and it'll be at 325% for my cost to get it. So keep in mind that you guys are calling out electricians thinking everything's cheap. Change your thought pattern. Okay, right here, MC fittings for all my MC cable, 3/4 fittings for all my flex, all my 1/2-inch fittings, my 1-inch fittings, my Carflex and flexible FMC fittings, and my LBs and Carflex connectors. Not to mention all the tools I had to use, unibits, paddle bits. Unibits are the ones that drill the metal holes. Your boxes, 4 square, and then all the ladders I used, of course. I didn't do any lighting here, otherwise I would have for him. So, yeah, if you're thinking about doing this yourself, don't waste all that money on having all that material set around and then trying to Craigslist it. You're not going to get your money back. A lot of people want to know what these jobs cost. I don't like to get in pricing online. For one, the video ages. For two, competitors watch. And for three, people just beat you up from Tennessee. So bottom line of it, and I used to live there, so I could pick on it. But the bottom line of it, guys, yeah, you definitely into a few $1,000s. So don't even think that it's going to be a $500 job. Not at all. That heater alone, I told him to buy it to be nice because I got it for typically $250. He said he looked at online, waited 2 days to think about it, went back online, and it was $380. It went up $135 overnight. So does that give you an idea that all our materials going up at least 30%? Thanks, guys, for joining us. Have a great week.